UFG family, what up, though, y'all? Welcome to the UFG podcast. I am your host, DK, and I have my lovely bride with me as my co-host this evening, Lily.
What's up, everybody?
Say what up to the people. What up, though? What up, though? So, how was your week?
Eventful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get more into details
into it, but
at the
yeah,
end.
it was eventful. Busy week for school anyway.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
We'll get into the more in details of what else has been going on in my life. But
For sure.
yeah, how was your week?
Week was good, man. Got some things on the back burner brewing, as you know. I really can't talk about it right now. I will let you guys know as I get notification, because it's nothing for sure, but it's some very, very promising things in the making on the secular work side and on the creative side. So y'all stay tuned, man. I'll be letting y'all know some stuff very, very soon. As you guys can see, we have hand stick mics tonight.
Yes, a little bit different today.
So our podcast mics were acting up. GarageBand wasn't acting right. I don't know what was going on. It's been acting like that. Y'all just never knew.
Yeah.
Right? Y'all never knew. It's been acting up. But so tonight we had to circumvent and we used the mics. So for you guys that's on a creative binge and you want to create a podcast and you want to do all your YouTube channel, you're gonna run into obstacles, okay? Mm-hmm. You're gonna hit obstacles, but the point of the obstacles is to climb over them, man. Mm-hmm. Don't let them stop you, and don't let it deter your mood and ruin your whole morale. And then you're not gonna want to do it, and then it's gonna feel like a job, right? But if you love it, you do it for free. Mm-hmm. So.
And then when you do make money off of it, it's not gonna feel like a job.
Yes, anyway. It don't feel like work. So
yeah,
that's dope. Although I don't know how that feel yet, because I ain't got to that point where it don't feel like work, because all I do is work. So, but anyway, yeah, man. So this week, I can touch on a few things though. I went to a event at Exhibition, the last 2 weeks actually.
Yeah.
So shout out to Exhibition Detroit. Shout out to Gabby, store manager / project manager / whatever that's needed to be done, right?
Yeah.
So Gabby's super chill, super cool. So appreciate her and always looking out, inviting me. So as I tell y'all a lot, man, proximity means everything. Mm-hmm. You know, being there, being in the proximity and being present is priceless. You know, you rub shoulders and elbows with different people and you don't know what facet of creativity they're in. You know, so I met some designers that's from Cleveland. Met some local dudes, man. Shout out to Tate. Shout out to JG. Couple guys that I met that was super cool and super dope, man. Shout out to my boy Abu from 218. So it was a dope turnout, man. It was a really, really dope turnout. Started a little slow for me because I always go to these things by myself. You know, so it started off a little slow. I think when I walked in the door, of course, Gabby and Tate, I knew them guys, man, them two. But then, and Abu, I seen Abu, so it was like, all right, boom.
At least a familiar face,
right?
Yeah.
So that kind of just took the tension off. But after that, it was just kind of like, you know, they had an open bar. They was making pretty good cocktails. Nothing like too strong and crazy.
I mean, what day was it that you went?
Saturday.
Oh, it was. Why did I feel like it was during the week?
No, it was Saturday night.
Okay, never mind.
So it's a couple things that's going on during the week this week because of 313 Day. For y'all who are not in the Detroit metropolitan area, March 13th, which we know here is 313 Day. 313 is the area code for Detroit. Mm-hmm. So 313 Day normally goes down pretty big every year here. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a couple things at Exhibition Detroit. There's going to be a couple things everywhere downtown. And March 13th is Thursday. Okay. So you guys will be seeing this on Wednesday, the 12th. We are filming this Tuesday, the 11th. So you guys will see that. So tomorrow, for you guys, in you guys' world, the alternate universe, in you guys' universe in the future, right? So I got the time stone. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all will downtown Detroit is gonna be pretty much slapping everywhere on Thursday. But I gotta get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get ready for work. So Friday morning. So your boy won't be doing too much of nothing on Thursday. And then you got stuff that you got going on Thursday, so you ain't gonna be doing too much of nothing either.
We'll
this
not
weekend.
so much celebrate, but we'll observe it from afar.
Then my dog Clue. Clue got his cleaning thing. He's doing something with StockX Thursday for 313 Day. And then he's doing something again at Exhibition Detroit Saturday from 12 to 6. So I'll definitely pop in. Got to show Clue some love, man, and show him some support. That's my dog.
So if you guys are in the area and you guys looking for something to do on the weekend, go
there you
head up
go.
to Exhibition.
Go downtown, period.
Yeah, right.
It's going to
Downtown,
be
period.
slapping this weekend. And then Saturday, here in Michigan, Saturday, it's supposed to be really nice. Supposed to be close to 70 degrees.
Man, we've been spoiled so far with such
Nah, I ain't gonna see. She talking about spoiled. It ain't
Look.
spoiled. It's been warming up, right? Like it's been warming up.
It hit 50 degrees. Michigan didn't.
Yeah, 55. It was what Sunday. It was 55.
Yeah.
I brought the grill. No, Saturday.
Yeah,
It was 55. No, it was Sunday. That's Sunday. That was Sunday.
Oh yeah,
That was
after
Sunday.
Our meeting. Yeah. Right.
So Sunday it was 55 degrees. I broke the grill out. I threw some ribs on the grill, some chicken breasts, some chicken wings, some brats,
And some kebabs.
some kebabs, bro.
Oh, so good.
Oh man, Mama Allen gave us some kebabs. I love you so much, Mama Allen. Thank you so much. But she gave us some kebabs with pork shoulder on it, with mushrooms, peppers, red onions. Man, it was delicious,
So
bro.
good.
It was delicious. So I cooked it on the grill. She gave it to us already prepped, but it just needed to be cooked. And the meat was seasoned. It was delicious. It was so we actually still got one more left. So, but anyway, and I threw a slab of ribs on the grill. If I didn't mention that already, I don't know if I mentioned that. But anyway, so Sunday was 55, but it was windy. It got chill by the time I started cooking because we was running around all morning. And then Monday, which was yesterday, it was really nice. It was like 65.
I'm about to say it hit the 60s.
Yeah, it was 65 yesterday.
I was out on the riverfront yesterday around 4 o'clock? No, like 3:30 ish.
4 o'clock.
And 3:30, 4 o'clock. Man, I sat out there and just looking out in the water and just reading.
I work down there, so I see it all the time.
Reading my book and just waiting for things to start, and took a little walk. It was real nice. It was
That's
really
dope.
nice. Today was
Today was decent. It was like
nice
60.
like
60,
yesterday,
60, high 50s, low 60s
It
today.
got windy towards the evening.
Yeah. So this is not spoiled. So to her, she feel like it's spoiled. This ain't spoiled to me, in my opinion. See, my conditions for a paradisaic conditions.
That's a big word for
Yeah, right. Right, for you guys at home, that mean paradise, So a paradise to me would be like mid to high 70s, low 80s, not a cloud in the sky, and a breeze. That's paradise for me, right? That's spoiled. So when we get up to them levels, so this weekend is supposed to get
San Diego.
Yes, my favorite place on earth.
Basically, he wants it to be San Diego every day.
I want to live in San Diego. So y'all subscribe to this video, subscribe to this channel.
Support us,
Let's
y'all.
run it up. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. Help the Knoxes move to San Diego, man.
Right.
The cost of living is crazy down there. But anyway, so what, Saturday or Friday? Yeah, Friday is supposed to be nice too, and then Saturday is supposed to be really nice, but it's supposed to rain. It's like 40% chance of rain.
Tomato.
Hey, it's spring, bro. You know how it is. It's almost spring. We're on the cusp of spring. Next week it'll be
Technically,
yeah.
20th, I believe.
On the 20th. So I guess that'll do it for some housekeeping items. So welcome, y'all. Episode 13. So let's get right into it, man. Let's talk sneaker culture.
Yep.
So this week, upcoming releases. Anything you looking forward to?
This week, I don't think so.
So we got, of course, March 14th on Friday, the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4s released, the Brick by Bricks. So I would definitely have those. Definitely add those. And then the day after that, Saturday, the Cool Grey 9s drop.
see.
MJ actually wore those when
Okay.
he played with the
I'm
Wizards.
about to say, I feel like I seen him in those
Yeah,
before.
he actually wore those, and I'm definitely gonna get them, but later. Right now, it's just not the time, y'all. It's just
And
not the
for
time.
you guys who don't know or haven't realized yet, your collection that you have, a piece of your collection is dedicated to the ones that Jordan wore
Oh
himself.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's Grail to
Those are
you.
my grail.
Yeah.
To me, grail. Like some people say, oh, the Travis highs, or the Travis low, the first ones, that's a grail, or some off whites is their grail, and which is cool. Your grail is your grail. Your the way you magnify and praise you, or praise your collection, or put your collection on display. That's your prerogative. That's your business. I'm not going to call you childish. I'm not going to tell you to save all your money and don't get them. I'm just going to tell you this. That's your prerogative, right? So, however your collection goes, that's you. With me, though, personally, with me being such a big MJ fan, my goal ultimately is to get every shoe that he actually wore. So,
Professionally.
yeah, on the court,
Yeah.
whether it's a pickup game like the Shattered Backboards, that's a grail shoe for me because he wore those in like a rec league, like an off-season game where he literally broke the backboard. What other ones that he wore? Like he wore those Space Jam 9s. He wore those in the movie when he was practicing with the Looney Tunes. So it's different shoes. Whatever MJ wore, I really want those to add to the collection and I got a hefty amount too. The collection
You're
is pretty
almost done
hefty.
with the playoffs ones.
All the playoff ones, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I think
Almost.
you need
Sevens.
one more. Yeah.
Seven and last shot 14s.
Okay. So two
Last
more.
shot 14s and sevens. Playoff sevens. And then, the rest of them are
Collect the
pretty,
whole set.
guano bowls. So,
All right, moving on.
moving on 15th, the Cool Grade 9s come out. And then it's rumored, I don't know how true this is. I haven't seen it on Sneakers app. Well, that's technically that's next week, but we'll talk about it anyway. On the 18th, which is Tuesday, so we probably won't get a chance to talk. Well, we can talk about it anyway. We can talk about what we want. It's our
Right.
show, So, but on the 18th next week, it's rumored that the Union Chicago Shadows are dropping on the Sneakers app, but I haven't seen that, and I seen a tweet. People are reposting this tweet from Nike, say they got ahead of themselves by telling people it's another drop on the 18th. So if there's not another drop of those Chicago Shadow Unions, if the Union site was it on the February 27th, roughly like 3 weeks ago, if that was it, those shoes are going to skyrocket up into the thousands because it's just going to create that demand because they're so limited. And I heard it was only like 55,000 of those, and the Nigels is only 50,000.
Man, people have been going crazy over those Nigels. You got people robbing trains. You got people.
But see,
out
technically,
here just,
I don't know if those was the Nigels
but
that was
still,
on there.
It was still the perception of Nigel
Yeah.
Sylvester shoes.
His
being
marketing is impeccable.
Genius.
His marketing team and their strategy is and his storytelling is second to none right now, right? Like he's competing with James. He's competing with TWG and their stories, whether it's social status, whether it's Ama Manier, whatever it may be. He's competing with him, man.
Yeah.
And Nigel is one of my favorites. I love Nigel Sylvester, man. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've been a BMX guy since back in the day. Although I did used to have I'm 46, bro. So back in the day, it was cool to have bikes in the hood, right? I grew up on 7 Mile Sussex, man. D-Jack, Dwayne, Dion, Red. All of us had bikes, man. And that was the thing. Just get on your bike and go.
Go.
We didn't have to tell. My mama just was like, go outside. Okay.
Don't let the street
Only
lights beat you on the way home.
right. Only time I used to come in the house is either I had to go number 2 because I was a boy. I go to a tree or something at the park. I go number 2, or if I'm like severely hungry, I got to eat. So that was the only time I came in the house.
And even then, it was a little scary to get him back in the house because then you're scared that your mom's going to tell you, okay, stay in the house.
No, mama wasn't like that. Mama, this is when I was raised by mama. Mama was not like that. Mama was like, you going outside? Okay.
Bye.
You know what I'm saying? Mama wasn't like that. So, but anyway, bikes was the thing back then. So I always had a love for like trick bikes and stuff like that. Used to do endos on the bike, and we had pegs with the freestyle pedals, and mag wheels,
So
all
it
that.
taps into that nostalgia in a different way.
In a different way, but Nigel's
Yeah.
serious with it. Like
Yeah.
he's like on a whole nother level.
And I meant that personally
On the
though,
trick
like
bikes.
for you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That connection.
That's
you made
my
with it.
connection with him.
Yeah.
Right? His product and what he's standing behind, and the PLM behind his brand that's collabing with, his brand is Go.
Right.
That's collabing with Jordan brand. Who's ever the PLM, the product line manager for Jordan brand for that specific rollout, I mean, they killing it, bro. And I know Nigel had, and what makes Nigel releases so dope is that Jordan, you can tell he has a really good, like James, he has a really good relationship with MJ. So he has a lot of flexibility, right? He doesn't have to just, they're not giving him just one round of,
Right.
like
just say yes
like
on this and
demos.
then,
No. He's really tapping in, like, the brick by brick. I love, I love how he took the power away from bricks, sneakers and bricks, right? Because in the sneaker culture, bricks are used by
flops.
resellers.
Right.
None of us real sneaker collectors ever called a shoe a brick. Buck hates that. Buck hates when people say, "Oh, that's a brick." He literally hates that, and I don't care for it either because I never looked at a shoe like a brick. We talked about this last episode. We were talking about MJ wore the fire red fives, not with the black tongue, the fire red fives, and he scored his career high, 69 points, 18 rebounds, right? Against Cleveland, Cleveland, and won.
Definitely an iconic.
It's an iconic shoe to me.
Right.
But to the resale market, they will call that a brick. So what Nigel did, Nigel took the power away from that, and he's saying a brick is a positive thing now. When they,
It's kind of like building that foundation.
right, it's building the foundation. When he fell off his bike, that's a brick. When he got some sort of accomplishment, that's a brick. When he got, the relationship with Jordan and Jordan brand, that's a brick. So it's like he takes the power, and that's why the shoe is like that burnt orange kind of color to resemble bricks, because he's from New York City, and New York City is covered with buildings that's made from bricks. So he's from Queens, New York, and it's just his story is amazing. Just like with the RMs, the Grandma's Driveway and the Grandma's Fence from last year. I mean,
I believe
that rollout was amazing.
The technique that they're like this rollout, right? They're gonna sell you the story first,
and that's
because the sneaker don't matter right now.
Sneaker does matter.
Listen.
It's a Jordan 4.
I mean, obviously it matters, but listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
As far as his storytelling goes, the sneaker is secondary to his story. He's selling you a story. He's selling you a moment in life that a lot of kids go through, or that he went through.
He's telling his story.
Right. So the sneaker is actually secondary to what he is trying to market. So it's not to say that the shoe isn't important. I'm just saying that it's secondary to what the storytelling is.
I understand what you're saying, and I definitely see what you're saying. But reality of the fact, it's the sneaker. Because that shoe is hot. Jordan 4s are top tier. Like how, remember in 2020 and during the pandemic, how Jordan 1s were?
Right.
Like everybody, and then Jordan brand just oversaturated the game with Jordan 1s with all these wild colorways. Jordan 1 high OGs, right? You can go in the mall and still see Jordan mids, all kind of colorways, and
why do they make
the
mids
lows?
Anyway?
I don't know. Don't offend people who like mids.
I'm sorry, guys.
I don't like mids either. So, but anyway, so the 4s. So I see what you're saying. The story, for people who are purists, for people who love sneakers, and the story connects them to the product. Yeah, you're right. You exactly
And I
right.
don't mean
You spot
secondary
on.
as in like
No, no,
it
no. You're
doesn't
spot
matter.
on what you're
Yeah,
saying. But what I'm saying to you, realistically, even if people can't identify with his story, they want them shoes because one,
that too.
aesthetically they're pleasing. They look good. They're
Yeah,
dope, right? Two, they're limited. So you know that
that's
builds the
supply and
hype,
demand. That's supply
supply and demand.
demand.
So that
Yeah,
builds the hype, the limited, because the fact that they're limited, right? So you
right.
know how that can go. And then
It could
three,
be anything, and if it's limited, people
yeah,
will want it.
you already know
Yeah,
it. Like them shoes, them cactus plant flea market shoes that look like tires.
yeah,
Like people jumped all over, oh God, and hey, that's your style, that's your swag, that's whatever. I just
right.
don't follow trends. I keep on
You
my
know what
thing,
you
right?
like,
I know
right?
what I like, right? And then the last thing about it, it's a Jordan 4. Jordan 4s are what it is.
I mean, they're one of my favorites.
Yeah,
So,
they're everybody's favorite. Everybody loves Jordan 4s, man. That was my first ever Jordan, the little boy military blues in '88. I was 10 years old, 10 years old. So, yeah, man. So I see what you saying. Like the purists and people who are really in the culture that loves storytelling, that loves the stories that's connected to it, and then that loves the sneaker. Yeah, they'll definitely identify with his story.
because it's like I'm gonna sell you my why first
Yeah,
before I actually
yeah,
sell you my product.
yeah.
And it's a marketing strategy that Apple uses a lot. I'm going to sell you my why, the why, instead of the actual product. So people, that's why I think a lot of people love Apple now, because I mean they've always loved Apple, but it's become a marketing strategy that Apple pioneered of let me sell you the why before I give you my actual product.
Yeah. So with all that being said, you got the Nigels. That's the 14th, which is Friday. And then I got off track because I was talking about the unions. So the unions may come back on the 18th, may not. But I finally got a tracking number for mine. Like
Finally.
after three
Oh,
emails to customer service and
you was on
over
their
3 weeks,
head.
yeah, bro, because I didn't want them to cancel it.
Yeah.
So many people were saying that their order got canceled, and I'm like, please do not cancel my order. Send me my shoes, bro.
Right.
Like I want those. To me, I really, really want those. That kind of completes my union spectrum. Although I don't have the other two Jordan 1 unions, I do have one of each silhouette
Yeah.
that they drop. Even the Cortez that everybody hates. I like those Cortezes. I think they look dope with some shorts and no socks in the summertime type deal, or no show socks. I think they're dope. But yeah, man. So they finally gave me a tracking number, and they'll be here Friday. So quick story. No, no, no. We gonna finish the projection, and I want to tell the story
So
about
what happened?
yeah. So then next week on the 18th, you got the SB Jordan 4, the Navy joints. So them is hard, bro. They dope, but it's like the Nigels is just like them priority.
Yeah.
I would go for those, but it's like the way my bank
circle
account is set up.
We'll circle back.
You
See,
know
this
what I'm
is why
saying?
y'all need to subscribe and y'all need to support our
Yeah,
channel so that we
yeah.
can do this. See, this for y'all, really, you know. So we have
And me, because I love it.
so we
I'm
have
not gonna
content
lie.
for you, you know.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
I'm a sneaker guy. I love sneakers. And so we got a couple other shoes too. So when I'm looking at the projection, the calendar on Foot Locker, you got some of these Puma Fenty cat cleats.
oh my god.
Those drop March 13th. And then on the 14th, first come,
Wait.
first serve.
Oh, go back. What?
What? I just showed you.
Rihanna, what are you doing?
So,
Girl,
yeah.
what are you doing?
You know people gonna buy that pumpkin pie and lime green, sheen lime green. Girls gonna buy it. You know they gonna get it. So then we got on March 14th as well, alongside the Nigels, which is such a limited number. It's said to be 55,000. I don't know how y'all get these stock numbers, but I'm just repeating what I've heard. And I heard Jacques Slade say 55,000, and he's pretty reputable. He's on top of his game, but he heard it from somebody too. So if he repeats it, then I kind of trust it, right?
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of respect and regard from that for that guy. So yeah, so March 14th, you got the Phone Posit, the all black with the Vote Green outsole, Vote Green Nike check on it, and Vote Green logo on the back. They're dope. They're dope, man. It's just a bad time for them. 230, you know, foams are 230. The Nigel's 225 or 220. Yeah, Nigel's all day.
500 for 2 pairs of shoes.
No, it's not no 2 pair of shoes going on. It's just one. It's just them Nigels. That's it, bro. Once I know that I'm getting those, and I know I'm gonna get that invoice, and then it's like, all right, bet I'm getting those. The other ones,
we'll circle.
We'll try to circle back and get them. But if not, hey man, you know, it's a lot of shoes last year I didn't get that I still want. Them J Balvins, them J Balvin 3s, the black ones.
Yeah,
I still want those, man. The Nina Chanel Avenues, them green joints. Although they are really cheap on StockX right now.
Are they?
They're like retail. In my size, they're like $220. Something like that. So they probably even cheaper in your size. Maybe. So, and then on the 14th as well, you got some Curry 12s. Does that say Pisces? That's his sign? Mm-hmm. I guess it's a sign. And Pisces is like, I don't know the zodiac. It's like fish, I think.
I would assume because it sounds like.
Yeah. Pisces is a fish or a crab.
No, crab I think is it Cancer? I think is a crab or something. I don't know. I have
zodiacs. No idea about zodiacs. Anyway. I don't really care either. So not knocking who do care for it. I know my cousin Dwayne lives by it. He's like, oh, you're I just throw one out. You're a Sagittarius, so. That's why you run so fast like a horse, but you're a man, so that's stuff Dwayne be on. He weird with that. Yeah, so I love my cousin. I'm not trying to offend nobody, but yeah. But if you follow that, that's your prerogative, your business, no judgment. We listen and we don't judge. Right. You feel me? So then you got some Golden Child Pumas, the Mellow Balls. Those are cool. I think Mellow Ball got a nice, a good looking sneaker, and I like what he doing with it. Who's ever his PLM product line management, who's ever running that, they're very playful and in tune with the demographic, with the youth, right? With the turtles. Yeah, you know, Puma got some other like skateboard type turtle sneakers out, and you know. That's dope. So they're in tune and they're really like playing on the tunes, right? Yeah. Like that's cool, and that's cool with me. Then again, they on the 15th, you got the cool grade 9s. See, now it says reservation online or first come first serve in store. So they kind of removing that Then this is Foot Locker Flex app. So yeah, man. And then finally on the 15th, you got the James Harden 9. I think what are they called?
What's up with these alien looking?
Metamorphosis is what they call it. Them are actually like I didn't like them at first, but they growing on me. No, I would never wear them, but it's like they're growing on me.
Maybe also because I don't like James Harden, who can go kick rocks. Ooh. I don't like anything that he does, so maybe that's why I'm a little biased on why I don't like his sneakers. But they do look like some alien. They growing runners.
On me. They growing on me, man. It's like I come to respect them, man. So, and then also on the 15th, you got some AE1 lows, probably the 356,000th colorway.
Lows. Yeah,
I mean, they ain't always been low, but they got a gang of low colorways. Like, so it's like when we gonna get the AE2. I bet you the 82 probably is horrible. But now people are saying, well, name a shoe that started off their first 2 shoes. They went back to back, like really cold. Well, penny 1s and penny 2s. Hello.
Next question.
Next question. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like I hear dudes, man, y'all love the Jordan 1s, but y'all ain't like the Jordan 2s. A lot of people did like the Jordan 2s. Yeah. MJ didn't like the Jordan 2s. Like, he himself didn't like them at that time. You know what I'm saying? But Come on, man. Like, y'all gotta chill with that, man. It's an excuse for everything.
Because how long has his sneaker been out?
Who, A?
Mm-hmm.
Edwards, his shoe. This is the second year and it's the one. You supposed to have the one in 1 year, the next year the two, the next year the three. We still on the first shoe, and this is 2 years old.
And they market
just like the book
like,
one.
They market as still like a new
So
shoe. So yeah,
whatever. This colorway, it's like a core black and screaming green.
I do like.
It's like an
color,
emerald
actually.
color.
Yeah.
His shoe, the AE1, is not a bad sneaker. Like, I do think it's aesthetically pleasing. I actually want to hoop in. I just can't bring myself to hoop in Adidas. Long as I've been hooping, man, I never hooped in some Adidas, bro. I never hooped in nothing but Nikes, man. Nike basketball. I don't know, man. That's just how I always said. If I made it to the league, bro, I'm not signing with Lei Ning. I'm not signing with Anta. I'm not signing with Under Armour. I'm not signing with Adidas, Reebok. I'm signing with Jordan Brand and Nike. That's it. That's it. I don't care if the numbers are, well, you could get more money if you go to Anta, and look crazy in them crazy looking shoe. But let me stop because I don't want to offend people. I just don't like their style of hoop shoes, right? So, but anyway, moving on, man. So we had a crazy experience, right? Mm-hmm. So getting right into it, I ordered my daughter, Nani. She wanted the black cement 3s, right? Mm-hmm. She wanted those. She's been asking me for them. She's been asking me. My kids are rough on shoes. I wish it was some shoes, right? Those 6s I got her. I wish they would. I'm not about to get up and go get them. But if I had them in my hand, I show y'all how bad they beat. They're beat. I bought them when school started. Yeah. And they're beat. Now, understand this, y'all. I know people
She's only in the second grade. So.
No, hold on. Understand, I know people is going to be like, oh, that's what kids do. Oh, kids. Understand this, though. My kids' shoes, both of them, is over $100 now. Mm-hmm. Eliana's shoes is over $100. She's crossed that $100 threshold. Elijah been crossed it. Right. So his shoes is her prices.
Right. He almost
150, 160.
He's almost one.
Yeah.
He's a size and a half.
Under you. He's a 5 and you're a 6.5. Mm-hmm. So
in boys.
Yeah. So I ordered her. I went online and, of course, those black cement 3s been out since November 2024. So I went online and StockX and GOAT. I got them on GOAT and I got them for like $60. Yeah. Right? Regular price is like 90 or 100. Regular price, and I got them for 60. I think after shipping and everything, it was like $83. So I saved like $15 or $16, whatever, $100 plus tax. I saved that. So anyway, they came fairly quick too. Mm-hmm. I ordered them like on a Wednesday. They were here. I got them Saturday? Was that Saturday when they came in? Yeah, because it was it was Saturday. So so Saturday they came Saturday. So, the UPS guy, the final boss, delivered them to the wrong address. Now, we live in a townhouse community, and in our cul-de-sac, we're like at the end of our cul-de-sac, my UPS driver is a dog. I call him A-Rod. He looked just like Aaron Rodgers. He really looks like Aaron Rodgers. So I don't even know his real name. Yeah. And he's
Shout out to A-Rod.
Yeah. He the real MVP because none of my stuff is ever late. Mm-hmm. None of my stuff is ever misplaced when he's delivering. Mm-hmm. And we've been living here for almost 6 years, and he's been our delivery driver since. Mm-hmm. We even gave him, when in COVID, we gave him a care package, when it was like tough out here with masks and all that, when it was crazy, even when I was ordering shoes, when he drop off, we'd give him a care package with like juice, water, snacks, all kind of stuff, positive things to read, stuff like that. So anyway, I look on my app, me and Lily, we're at the gym. I look on my app and I see, 90 shoes got delivered. So I'm like, all right, cool. UPS don't do the picture thing. Mm-hmm.
Which
FedEx,
should.
DHL, they do the picture. Amazon, they do the picture, so they'll take a picture, and because this happened before, remember with FedEx, dropped it or like across, but it was across the street, and they took a picture, and we seen it.
They're like, wait,
and
hold on,
that's not our porch, man. So I went across the street and I knocked on the door and like, hey, this is my package, this is me, and they're like, oh yeah, and I just took my package. But anyway, this guy, he delivered it like 3 cul-de-sacs down, like a little ways.
All the way over there.
Yeah, he delivered this a little ways in our community. And it was like, hold on, bro. Like, so on the app, and then we was in Chick-fil-A getting dinner, and I'm heated, bro. Yeah. I'm heated because I'm really big on customer service. So anyway, because we stopped by the house to see if it delivered. I'm like, all right, let me go by the house. And we went by the house. It was like, wait, hold on, ain't nothing on my porch. And it says delivered to customer.
Yeah. So that means
left with customer. So that means he literally gave my package to somebody else that wasn't me. So I got on the line with customer service, UPS customer service. Once you get past all that automated, press 1 for this and you talk to a real person, they really took care of it quick because he still was out. He still was out in the field. So I had told the lady, I said, yeah, he delivered it he must have delivered to the wrong place, or he holding it for himself. I don't know, because he said delivered to customer and he did not, right? He didn't talk to me. He didn't talk to my wife. We wasn't even home. So how he delivered to a customer? So then she says, well, he said he had a couple packages in that community. So he know he delivered it to the right person. I said, no, he did not.
How you going to tell me?
And I said, so she was like, okay, I'll call him back and he'll, whatever. So we get home, we wait, and I leave the door open. Because I'm trying to see. Next thing you know, I hear the UPS truck pull up. He comes across with my package, box open. Demolished open. The tag ripped off. So he was like, oh, man, I thought this address. He got the address numbers mixed up or packages mixed up, whatever he did. But, okay, I get it.
Yeah, because when we look at the address, we're like, yeah, I can see how you can make that mistake.
I can't.
I can't. See, I can see the address was 1 number off.
Yeah, but that's your job, is looking at addresses all day.
Yeah.
And you have packages, right? This is important stuff to people, right? And you're delivering customer service. So
but anyways, he comes and he says what?
He says, he told me the address thing. All right, so I'm not knocking him. I'm like, all right, bro, I get it. I was heated at first, but then when I seen him and he was very apologetic and he was genuine with it. But when he gave me my package, it was open and the label was ripped off, and you can tell they placed it back on. And he was like, yeah, man, they opened your package though. And I'm like, look at this. They scandalous. They was going to keep it. They were going to keep the package. If he never went back there, or if this would have took a while to go through the whole process. That it wasn't home, or oh no, I was going to notice if it went home. But if the process,
I'm saying, like being out and about, because we found out that it wasn't in the front of
right.
The porch.
But I'm saying if the process wasn't taken care of right then and there, they would have kept that, right? So my gripe is the person. We all know y'all out here in the sneaker community who order stuff off GOAT, StockX, Flight Club. When you hit on these raffles, Travis, Union, Off-White, Ama, all these that come through the mail. Y'all know how sensitive we are about our stuff in the mail, right? Because people be porch pirates, people be taking packages, and it's a federal offense to mess with somebody's mail, bro. So my point is, you ain't got no packages coming.
Not have the enough integrity to be like, oh no, bro, I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
this.
like
this ain't me.
Like even if you got even if you did have some packages coming, right? Like say 3 packages, but you got 4.
Yeah.
And you're like, hold on. You open it up and you open it, and I get it where you probably you in open mode. You just like, oh, these, and then you open that up like. Dude, the way I am, I would see the address and take it. Yeah. Especially if it's in this community. It's in this community because all of us have
the same street.
right? Because it's a townhouse community. So it's like, dude, you know that wasn't your package, bro. You know that, bro. You know that. So that's my gripe, and that's my little
That
two
was a
cent
little
story.
rant. What happened?
Yeah, man, I was heated, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm still actually contemplating. Y'all comment down below. Should I go make a police report? Because my thing is this: I don't want this address to be a target now.
Yeah.
Because I order so much stuff. You know, I order sneakers all the time. She orders like books, whatever. She orders what wives order. Like today, I go get the mail and it's like a box from Amazon. I'm like, what is this? Oh, this is. I'm like, dude. So
It was lens wipes.
yeah, like a big box of it, like the kind you see at a display at Lens Crafters, like, you know. But I'm like, you know, but we always
forgot about
ordering
that.
stuff, man.
Yeah.
We always got packages, so it's like, dude, I don't want this house to be a target, right? And then we live at the end, so it's
Kinda
like
ducked off
yeah,
from everybody else.
yeah.
And
So
it's
I don't want nobody to come out the woods because we got woods right here on this side of us. And I don't want nobody creep around, go in the woods, and then, oh, there go a package. Grab the package and run off
Gone.
into the woods.
Right.
So, but anyway, man, that's my little rant on the final boss, the delivery. The delivery is the final boss, man. So my unions are coming via FedEx. They'll be here Friday, which is the 14th.
FedEx? I thought you said DHL.
No.
Oh, okay.
I set up FedEx to deliver it to a FedEx office, which is right down the street from us. And because it's signature required, right? So the time that they propose to deliver it, me and you won't be here at that time. So it'll be early in the day. We'll both be at work. Kids will be at school. So it's like, ain't no sense of me.
And it's a precious cargo.
Yes,
right
that's
there.
precious cargo. I've been waiting on that, bro. And you know, so but anyway, I can go pick it up at FedEx office. I'd rather do that when I get off work Friday. Boom, there you go. So we ain't got to worry about the final boss with that one. So, but anyway, man.
So is that it for sneaker releases?
For sneaker releases and
sneaker
upcoming
news?
sneaker
Any
news.
aside from the Nigel Sylvester story.
Sneaker news. I think Nigel is really taking over. Oh, you see, if y'all follow me on Instagram, you've been seeing my stories. You see the fam is on. You know, we still woke out here, boy.
Yeah.
We still woke out here. So if y'all haven't seen, there's been leaks and visuals of another I'm on year in Air Max 95 hand wash code, which is another brand under it's another banner under the TWG umbrella, and is dope, man. They're dope.
Yeah, go check it out.
They're
guys.
dope. Check
it
out.
out. Give them some love.
Yeah.
And
James
yeah,
has been
I'm
posting
excited.
it. You know, TWG, Ama. Everybody's been posting it, man.
I'm excited for the story.
Yep, and it's like he said in that interview in the podcast, with so much stuff with the climate of the world, you know, so how much social unrest and everything that's going on. The focal point is going to be love, and then that's the phrase for the next releases. You know, for the love,
For the love.
for the love,
And that kind of makes sense because what's our tagline? For the love of sneakers.
for the love of soul, for the love of soul.
How'd I
man.
get that wrong? And I'm the one who made it
Yeah,
up.
she the one who did it. She talking for the love of sneakers.
Look, it's almost 11 o'clock at night. Okay.
For the love of
Forgive me, y'all.
sneakers.
Forgive me, y'all.
No.
Forgive me for the love.
But yeah, I think as far as sneaker
News.
news, any topics, I feel like I'm missing a topic.
We'll circle back if
If it comes to me.
comes to you. Yeah.
So yeah, all right.
move on.
Let's move on. So first we're gonna talk about sports, y'all. So in the sporting world, man, sports is exciting right now, man. Like
What a turn of events.
I
from,
know,
like, a
man,
month ago.
from where we were to now.
Because
So
we're not really focusing on what's,
So-
Warriors and what they lack.
no, the Warriors are doing good. What you mean?
Right,
They
we're
12-1 with
we're
Jimmy.
not focusing on that no more. It's good now. That's
Oh.
what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, they 12-1 with Jimmy. So anyway, we look at tonight's scores. This is Tuesday, March 11th. We got Cleveland went to their 16 in a row. I think they won their 16th game in a row. They on a winning streak. Yeah, 15. They just won their 15th game straight. They beat the Nets at home 109-104. So it was a close game. The Nets pushed them. The Pistons beat the Wizards at home here in Detroit 123-103. The Pacers and Bucks, Indiana won by 1 point, 114-115. They beat the Bucks. And then the Clippers and Pelicans, the Pelicans actually beat the Clippers in New Orleans 127-120. So it's only a few games tonight. Tuesday nights always be light. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow it'll be some really good games. You got the Hornets. The Hornets going to Atlanta to play the Hawks. The Thunder going to Boston to play the Celtics. That'll be a really good game. That's 7:30 on ESPN, 7:30 Eastern. Then you got Philly and Toronto. Then you got the Clippers going to the Heat. Then going to Miami. You got Phoenix going to Houston to play the Rockets. You got the Jazz going to Memphis to play the Grizzlies. You got the Mavericks going to San Antonio to play the Spurs. The Timberwolves going to Denver, play the Nuggets. The Knicks going to Portland to play the Trailblazers. And that Timberwolves Nuggets game, that's going to be a really good game too.
And this is all
so
tomorrow.
That's all tomorrow.
Hey, how many games are on Wednesdays?
Wednesdays are always packed. Wednesdays and Fridays are the main nights.
I not realize
that's the main nights for basketball, Wednesday and Fridays.
I'm like, you keep reading, and I'm like, dang, how many games are on?
Yeah, so the Timberwolves and Nuggets, that's the second game of the doubleheader. That's on ESPN. That'll be 10 p.m. Eastern or whenever the other game conclude. If it runs over or whatever, they probably throw it on ESPN too. But 10 p.m. tomorrow, you'll see the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. I need the Nuggets to beat the Timberwolves because the Timberwolves is like a half game behind us for the 6th seed, and we're right on that play-in. So it's the Timberwolves are
everybody else lose.
Are 37-29. We're 37-28, and we're on a 5-game win streak. We've out of our last 10, we're 9-1, and I think total we're 12-1 with Jimmy. So
I think, and the only one is when he was sitting out.
No, with Jimmy.
With Jimmy, okay, yeah. I see what you mean. Okay,
yeah, when him active, right. We were 12-1. So yeah, man. So you got Cleveland is 55-10. They clinched a playoff spot already, 65 games in. So nobody's catching them. They're going to be the number 1 seed. Mm-hmm. It's interesting because you know what? Cleveland has a really good squad. If you know basketball, you know they got a good squad. They Evan Mobley is a good big. Jared Allen is a good big. Darius Garland, great point guard. Donovan Mitchell, you already know what he brings to the table. They have a squad, bro. That's just 4.
They work well.
They work very, very well together. Yeah, and you can tell they clicking, man.
Yeah, and you can tell because they ain't got no antics going on. They don't have none of these little side stories. None of these. So it's a big plus for them as a team, and I'm excited to see an up and coming team. Yeah. Bring some spice to the league.
So did you hear into NBA news? Did you hear what Charles Barkley said about the ESPN guys? He went at Kendrick Perkins pretty hard, and I love it though.
I seen that he did say something. I just don't know what he said.
So you don't know. All right. No. So Kendrick Perkins was saying he made the statement that when the Lakers when they got Luka. And they've been, the Lakers been winning. They're the 2nd seed in the West, I think. Well, no, they dropped down to 3. So Denver is number 2 now. Because the Lakers just lost last night. That's their first game without LeBron. So LeBron, if y'all, they talk about LeBron so much. He had a groin injury the other night, and so he didn't play last night, and they lost. But anyway, Kendrick Perkins said that the Lakers saved this NBA season. Charles Barkley was livid, and I feel like, man,
Kendrick Perkins do be saying stuff that's like out there.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's getting old now,
Rage
bro.
Bait.
It's getting old now. It's like the LeBron glaze is old, bro. Like,
so what did
Barkley went crazy. Barkley was like, man, are you kidding me? He was like, The Lakers, he was like, yeah, the Lakers are balling. They had a good 2 weeks. They had a good 2 weeks. But the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Boston Celtics, and the Oklahoma City Thunder has had a good 6 months.
Yeah.
The Lakers didn't save the season. I wish. See, it's that glaze, bro. It's they're perpetuating these narratives because they're paid to do it, right? They have these. See, that's why I like our take. Because we're giving unbiased take, man. You know, I tell you in a heartbeat, I'm a huge Steph Curry fan. Y'all see, I don't know if you can see it, well, you probably can't see it, but I'm a huge Steph Curry fan, bro. Actively, currently, he's my favorite player right now in this generation. You know, I think, before him, it was Kobe, before he stopped. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if Steph go out here and lay an egg and play like garbage, I'm going to call it.
Right.
I'm not gonna say, oh yeah,
he just had a bad game.
And and I'm not gonna say, oh, Steph Curry's the greatest point guard to ever play. No, he's not. But he's my guy, though.
Yeah.
But this generation, and it's the media's fault. Mainstream media, they did this. They program and perpetuate these narratives into people. And now, if you're given an objective take, if you don't agree with what the masses are saying or the popular sayings,
Lord help you.
You're a hater, right? So, because I don't think LeBron is the GOAT. I hate LeBron and I don't like him. And I think LeBron is one of the greatest players we have ever seen, right? But he's just not the greatest, bro. What is wrong with that? That's nothing wrong with me saying that. What's wrong with it is because Clutch Sports has so many plants in the media. Brian Windhorst, Nick Wrong, Shannon Sharp, Kendrick Perkins. They got so many, Colin Cowherd. They got so many people that coddle LeBron, right? That would not give him, well, Colin Cowherd kind of goes both ways sometimes. Pause. You know, he kind of goes both ways with his.
Called him Nick Wrong and not.
Yeah, because ain't nothing right about Nick Wrong. So, you know, Gilbert Arenas. These guys are. They make these ridiculous takes because it builds relationships, right? And it's like I have to say that's just like I get on here and say, yeah, Drake really beat Kendrick. Drake is the GOAT.
Hurry up, take it back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Drake is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Are you crazy, bro? No. Like, people literally are saying that. Like, how is Drake the greatest of all time? Like, are y'all kidding, bro?
There was a debate, real quick, so we can move on with the next story. There was a debate that Kendrick doesn't put on other artists the way Drake does.
See, we're not going to get into that because that's not even basketball.
Like, you know what?
Yeah, whatever. You got stans, bro. And when I say stans, like, you know, I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan. Like, my fan, if I met MJ, I'll probably shed a tear. I'm 46. He's still my hero. Y'all know the deal. But I'm objective. If MJ went out here and wore a swastika shirt like Kanye, I'll be pretty ticked off. Right? I don't know if I get rid of my collection because I'll be starting like, well, you know, he didn't have the swastika before this. This is before the swastika. You know what I'm saying? But no, just like real talk, bro. Like, just be objective, man. Yeah. Just, you know, like it's real life stands out here, and you got people like Shannon Sharp and people. You know, they won like 3 games when Luka went over. They went on like a 3-game winning streak, and Shannon Sharp like, I don't care about KFC, OKC, UFC, Lakers in 5.
His little stupid
you really think they gonna win the championship, bro? Like that's what he putting off. So what that does, yeah, y'all look at it as, oh, he being funny. He's putting that narrative out there.
For a purpose.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's propaganda, bro. That's what it is. It's sports propaganda. And so Charles Barkley really, like, he was livid. He was mad. And he even said, I'm sick of this LeBron and MJ debate. Everybody know who Charles Barkley is, man. And y'all cannot diminish Charles Barkley because he don't have a championship ring. Charles Barkley was one of the best players in that generation, bro. Charles Barkley would score 50 points and grab like 25 rebounds on you and still get like 6 assists. Like, Charles Barkley was a monster. He was a monster playing the PF at 6'4". 6'4", 6'5",
What's
monster.
what's the usual
Round
height
mound to rebound. A power forward
for
back in them days, they was like 6'9", 6'10".
just for
You know what I'm saying?
context and reference?
6'8".
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 6'8", 6'9". Like Sean Kemp, like 6'10". One of the coldest power forwards back then. You know what I'm saying? Like they had Tim Duncan playing power forward with David Robinson. They was called the Twin Towers. And Tim Duncan like 6'11". You know what I mean? Like 7 feet, 6'11". You know, Kevin Garnett, 6'11", 7 feet, power forward.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Rodman was a power forward too. He was like 6'5", 6'6". You know, but Charles Barkley, bro, cold. Inside, outside, strong. So when he talking his talk, he can talk that talk because he was winning MVPs. Kendrick Perkins don't have no MVPs, bro.
Yeah, Kendrick
That
Perkins
dude averaged 5 points a game. That's why Shaq be up there just laughing because Shaq know. And you know who irritates me? Kenny.
Kenny does.
Because
Yeah,
Kenny always be trying to say little slit. And Kenny was a role player. He got 2 rings, but come on, man. You better thank Akeem Olajuwon for your lucky stars for them 2 rings you got, Kenny Smith.
And that's when Jordan wasn't playing. So
yeah, you know. So y'all can say if was a fifth, then y'all will be drunk. So it don't matter. Anyway, Charles went hard, and I think a lot of because of the way. So this is how they twist it. They try to make Charles Barkley invalid because I love Charles because he speaks his mind and then he admits when he's wrong.
yeah,
Like he's full on board on how he feels or being objective on who he likes, who he thinks going to win. He's fully objective on that, right? Because he's going off of like he's like, hey, OKC can do this.
Yeah.
He's really just looking at the game. But when he's wrong, he admits it. It's no excuses. It's no nothing. He just admits when he's wrong, which is how it should be, right? If you pick a take and you're wrong, don't try to dance around not being wrong, right? You try to dance around. That's what Shannon do.
Yeah.
Shannon's do all this dancing and shucking and driving. You know, talking about the gun line, boss. Gun line, boss. New York City 1, New York City 2. That's Shannon Sharp, man. So my thing is, just be objective and be real with it, right? So, Charles, a lot of people, the way they twist it with this new modern media that Draymond Green came up with, another Kendrick Perkins, averaged 5 points a game for a career, but got so much to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing if you wasn't drafted by the organization you was drafted by, that you would be just another name, a good passing, small power forward. Yeah, you'll see. I mean, he's a part of the system now, but if he would have went to the Pistons, bro,
come on,
let's go. But anyway, so they put the twist on it from the perspective of, oh, they overlooked Charles Barkley because he don't have rings, because he don't have no rings. But when you say Jordan got more rings than LeBron in the GOAT argument, these are the same people. These are the same people who try to shush Charles Barkley because he don't have no ring. But then when you tell them, okay, well, MJ got six Finals MVPs, no losses. LeBron got 4 and 6 losses. Oh no, rings ain't everything. Nah, rings ain't everything. Oh, Bill Russell got 10 then, so if that's the case, then Bill Russell the greatest. All right, well, Bill Russell played when it was 10 teams in the NBA. I mean, he had to play against who was in front of him, so that's why I don't take nothing from him. But you can't say he's the greatest of all time when the talent level wasn't that big.
Right. Yeah,
it was a small talent pool.
For sure. You
got to look at when MJ won them 6 rings. Look at all the superstars that was actively playing. All these superstars that was actively playing, bro. Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler, Akeem Olajuwon. Should I keep going?
Right. Hall of Famers.
Hall of Fame guys. So my thing is this, bro. It's not that I don't like LeBron James. I don't like him as the GOAT. He's not the greatest, in my opinion. And I think that I don't even think that's my opinion. Now you can say if you grew up in a certain era,
Yeah.
you can say like I wouldn't be mad at you if you said, "Well, LeBron is my GOAT." That's perfectly fine.
Right.
But my problem is with these like Shannon Sharp and Nick Wrong and all them Gilbert Arenas just overlook Kobe. They just jump over Kobe like he was just nothing. Like Kobe is just an afterthought when we talk about the GOAT debate. Like Magic Johnson is just an afterthought. Like Shaquille O'Neal is an afterthought. Like how?
Yeah.
And it all started because LeBron said it. That's my whole thing with LeBron. Now, speaking of LeBron, we got this situation with LeBron and Stephen A. Smith.
Right.
So we know Stephen A. can be annoying. Annoying and loud. He can be that.
Yeah.
He uses big words to kind of flex his vernacular and his vocabulary. We know you're a college boy. We know that. We know you're a great journalist. We know that. We know you read the dictionary from A to Z like Malcolm X did. We know that. We know that. You know, you started with aardvark and went to xylophone. We know that. We know that, Stephen A. You know, but
I think xylophone's with an X, by the way.
yeah, I don't know. I see. I didn't read it. He did, but anyway, So you know what I'm talking about. We know that, Stephen A. But anyway, Stephen A. was making critical comments of Bronny James, right? So let's address the elephant in the room. Comment down below if you believe that Bronny James should be an NBA player. Now,
No.
now, I'm saying this from a hooper standpoint. You know, you looking at somebody who hooped from the age of 6 to college. I played in college. You're looking at someone who coached high school, coached my son's little league team. Basketball is life, right? I love basketball. Even to this day, I still go out there and hoop. You can still get some work if you want it. But I still hoop to this day. Bronny is not an NBA player. He's not.
Do you think if he would have stayed in college, he could have
he's
developed eventually?
No.
Or just
he's
not
just
at all,
not an
period?
NBA player, bro. He's all right, look.
He's athletic. Sure.
He's athletic. He can dunk. You know, he's athletic, right? He's 6'2", which is a point guard's body. Mm-hmm. But he don't have not an ounce of point guard in him. I seen that when he played travel ball when he was like 15, 14. See, y'all don't even know travel ball. See, this is how I know, right? I seen that AAU days. Mm-hmm. That he didn't have. When you watch, I want y'all to go back and look at certain guard. Go look at Chris Paul when he was in high school. Go look at I'm trying to think of guards. Go look at Allen Iverson when he was in high school. I'm thinking about shorter guards like him. Mm-hmm. You know, he's 6'2", so he's taller than Iverson. Iverson is really my height, 5'11", but they list him at 6 feet because being 6 feet in the NBA is more marketable. Right. Chris Paul, same thing. Chris Paul probably like 5'10", 5'11". I think they list him at 6'1", 6 feet. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to think of everyone in that realm. Mm-hmm. Go look at these guards in high school. And then go look at...
Will you put Steph Curry in
look
there?
at Steph Curry in high school. Because Steph was really tiny in high school. That's why he didn't get a D1 deal. Because he was small.
Little.
He was really little. But if you look at them in high school... Look at LaMelo Ball in high school. Mm-hmm. Right? LaMelo Ball scored like 100 points in high school. Even though he was cherry picking. And it was like... he didn't play the game the right way to get it. But you can still see... I'm saying this from a coaching standpoint. You see when you're a coach and you know the game, you see when somebody has that game to get developed to the next level. And whether that next level is Division I college or even further the NBA. So when I watched Bronny in high school, he didn't do anything spectacular. Mm-hmm. He averaged like maybe 15 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Like I dropped 17 a game in high school. So he averaged like 15 and he goes to USC?
Right.
He went to one of the...
And even just to say, your dad is LeBron. I get it. You don't want to compare.
USC.
You don't want to compare. From you're not your dad.
Okay,
Obviously,
so he gets to USC.
He gets to USC.
He gets to USC. Shout out to Juju.
Mm-hmm.
He gets to USC and he averages like 5.3 points per game. Now, granted, 1 year, his first year, he had the heart issue.
Yeah.
So that's serious business. We're not gonna speak on none of that. So I'm not counting that. But I'm talking about the time he was on the floor. He did not do anything to show that he has anything that's NBA tangible.
Yeah.
Anything. Like certain people can just shoot the lights out. What we used to call shoot the blood. Shoot the lights out. Vashawn Leonard from Detroit. Shoot the lights out, man. You can put once he walk in the gym, it's good. That's what got him to the league. And his stature, he's a bigger guy. He got talent. He does. But he worked on it, of course. Nothing about Bronny screams NBA. Not even G League, bro. That dude should have stayed in college all 4 years. Play with your brother. His brother about to be in college, I think, in a year or two. He could have been a senior. His brother a freshman. They could have played together in college. I think that would have hit different than playing with dad and,
Then get sent to the G League.
But even in the G League, he had like one good game, and they like, oh, Bronny is this. Man, even a broke clock is right twice a day.
Speak on it.
You feel me? So he had one good game. We all I could go in Lifetime right now and play against some G League D1 young cats with energy and that, they slim and they built. All they do is hoop every day. I'm a dad. I do creative stuff. I hoop like once every 2 weeks or once a week sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I can go in there and go crazy. One game.
Right.
One game.
Statistics are working.
Come on, man.
With you on that.
So at the end of the day, Stephen A made certain comments, and he was saying things like that. Bronny got a 4-year deal, $8 million. So speaking from a hooper, man, that was a dream for me to put on an NBA jersey, bro. To sit in the locker room. To be a part of that brotherhood, that fraternity of 400 of the best players in the world. And when he takes one of those spots up, you don't think somebody feels a certain way?
Right.
You don't think that hits them a certain way?
Playing against other people, you don't think they think
Man,
that
come on, man.
Yeah.
We know who your daddy is. We know why you here. Mm-hmm. You ain't did nothing to show. All these other guys worked hard. They hooped night and day, lived in the gym because they mama was poor. They were poor. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about bad, horrible conditions, right? And they knew that their family lineage depended on them to get to the next level of professional sports, from collegiate to professional sports. Mm-hmm. You don't get that. And you got people like Patrick Beverley, who couldn't just get in the league. He had to go play overseas, like 8, 9 different teams, then get a 10-day contract here, 10-day here. He had to keep proving himself until he got a contract. Mm-hmm. And now, I don't know where he at now, but, in recent years, he's a fixture in the league. Like, if you're a hooper, you know who Patrick Beverley is, right? So his story, you got to think about these things, man. Look at Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get in the league because of Dale Curry. Right. Steph Curry was little. He probably was like 5'9", 5'10" his senior year. He didn't get it. He went to a small college. He didn't go to a D1 university. Right. So Stephen A made certain comments about how Bronny ain't ready for the league, and he put the onus on LeBron and said, "Hey, he's like this because of you. You did this to him," which he did. I feel like he stunted his growth by doing that.
I really do too.
You hijacked the team. Mm-hmm. You told people if they draft him, he's not going to sign. Remember on draft night? Yeah. They told everybody, don't draft Bronny. We're getting him.
Even the Warriors people said that they wanted to.
Nobody.
Honor,
why?
They wanted to.
Why would I, as an owner? Why would I want that? Why would I want that drama on my team?
Right.
Now, on the flip side of it, nobody's saying that Bronny James is a bad kid or he's
We're not attacking his personality.
I'm not talking
or,
nothing
his
about his character. I'm talking
Yeah.
all basketball, 94 feet, 48 minutes. So all that other talk, if you thinking I'm saying something else, then that's on you. What I'm saying is 48 minutes, 94 feet, professional basketball. That's what we talking about. And his game does not, he's not there, bro. And I think at most he'll be like a serviceable role player.
Yeah.
Like I don't see him making an all-star team. I don't see him leading the team, being a franchise player, signature shoes. And do you know he got like the second most jersey sales?
Wow.
Look up Bronny James stats.
It pays to have LeBron as your dad.
So, and it's, so Stephen A made comments. What game was that? I think that was the game that LeBron got hurt. No, I don't think he got hurt that game. I think he got hurt the next game after that. So, this is what I didn't like about it. So, LeBron went up to Stephen A in the middle of a game. On camera, you're LeBron James. You know where the camera's at. You know people are watching you. Because when y'all talking amongst each other, like the players, they do this. They do this. They go.
Yeah.
They hide their mouth because they know people reading their lips. So LeBron manufactured this. He knew exactly what he was doing. He dog checked Stephen A. That's my effing son. Don't talk about him. We don't use that kind of language on this channel. But, I just want to give y'all the context, right? Expletive, yelling at him. Now Stephen A probably bought 6 feet, 5'11", normal size guy. LeBron James is big old Nephilim looking dude. 6'8", 6'9", 230 built,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he hovering over him, oh, my son. That's my son. Don't you talk about my son. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, I thought that was so cornballish. Because for one, everybody get that that's your son, bro.
Right. But you can't.
But he's an adult.
He's grown. Right.
That's a grown man making $2 million a year to play basketball. That's not no little boy in high school.
Real quick, his stats. He's averaging this season 1.4 points, 0.4 rebounds, 0.4 assists, and 25.8 field goal percentage. Mm-hmm. And he averages 4.2 minutes.
But that's an $8 million contract. When the league minimum is like $400,000, that's an $8 million contract. That's what I'm saying. So people are looking at that, bro.
Yeah.
People are like professional, people like journalists, they're looking at that. Mm-hmm. And with Stephen A being one of the biggest journalists out, right? Everybody knows Stephen A, his household name. Mm-hmm. He just re-signed a deal like 5 years, $100 million with ESPN. Like right the day of this incident happened. Mm-hmm. I think this happened like Friday last week. And he's like the second or third highest paid sports journalist that's out here. Like, so he's in the stratosphere.
He's up there. Yeah, for sure.
He's the EP of First Take, executive producer. That's his show,
he's
right?
Up there.
Dude, if he says these things about Bronny and then you run down on him, intimidate the crap out of him, and now you got your little minions around the league, i.e. Draymond Green, that won't even speak to Stephen A, who had good relationships with Stephen A before this, because that's his line of work. So they trying to blackball him just because he started talking about Bronny. To me, that's cornballish. That's whack. That's whack. Dude, your son, in basketball terms, your son suck, right? Mm-hmm. Compared to other professional players.
Rookies in his class.
Yeah. The whole draft was about Bronny.
Right. Yeah.
We don't even know who these other cats are.
Unfortunately.
It was an overseas draft. We get it. A lot of overseas guys were in the top couple picks, right? The lottery picks.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. So he runs down on him. He does it on camera. You can look it up and look at the video. You can see LeBron clearly what he's saying. He knew what he was doing. It wasn't like halftime. Stephen A was there as a spectator. He wasn't working. You knew what you were doing, bro. But why you ain't never do that to Skip Bayless? When Skip Bayless used to talk super crap about him. You ain't never say nothing to Skip, but you run down on Stephen A like that. And then the whack thing about it, because it's all about personal opportunities, Stephen A apologized and defended LeBron. Oh, he wasn't talking to me as an NBA player. He was talking to me as a dad. That was LeBron the father. I have 2 daughters and bro, shut up. It's that really ticks me off.
Right.
Because look, aren't we tired of this? Aren't we tired of this? It's somebody, and that's why I love Ryan Clark, bro. Ryan Clark spoke up and he was like, that was whack. He was like, that was whack. You got other people who was, oh, LeBron's being a great dad. He's a dad of the year. Dude, that's not being a great dad. You stunning your son's growth. You supposed to teach your son how to deal with adversity. Mm-hmm. He a man. He's supposed to learn that from you, from your actions. You don't go throw a temper tantrum in front of millions, knowing everybody watching you, right, knowing the platform that you have, knowing the power that you have. You do that? That's whack, bro. You teach your son how to be a man. Let the boy go to college. Let the boy play 4 years in college. But you made it about you. You want to be the first father-son duo. It was all about that first game. Let him get in. Oh, it's the first 2 father and son. Oh, my God.
And that was it.
That's it. Flash in the pan. Boom. That's it. Now back to normal. People like, man, this guy sucks. How is he getting $8 million? And you get mad. And then you run down on him like that. And then you use your platform. Don't talk to Stephen A. Now, no, other people won't talk to him. So now Stephen A got to tuck his tail and get on TV and humiliate his own self. You could tell he did not want to do that. But he had to, because he got people above him. Mm-hmm. Because LeBron is the face of the league. LeBron runs stuff. He does. Yeah. Look at LA, man. How they got JJ Redick. I bet you LeBron had something to do with Luka. I bet you he did. They try to act like he didn't know. Nah, man. Right. He knew. He knew. He knew it. He just trying to play that role because him and AD friends. Mm-hmm. So he don't want AD to feel like, man, I bet you LeBron had everything to do with that trade with Luka.
Of course he did. Of course he did. Why
wouldn't he? Bet you. I bet you, man. He
just be sitting at home not doing nothing.
Come on, man. You know, Rich Paul is Anthony Davis' agent.
Come on now.
They knew what was going on. You can't tell me that Rich Paul was at LeBron crib, no cameras, no mics, no nothing. They having dinner, drinking some wine. Man, we got to get AD out of here. You got to figure out a way to get him out of here. Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
So that to me, if you're a LeBron fan and you hearing this and you get upset, then so be it, bro. Do that. But at the end of the day, I love to watch LeBron play. You know, when they did this whole thing, oh, he the GOAT now. Like Stephen A went as far as saying, oh, hey, LeBron is the GOAT now because he scored 50,000 points regular season and playoffs combined. So now we making up
stats for him.
We going to make up awards, right?
Not stats. Yeah, you're right.
To keep just make up more accolades so we can keep trying to have this GOAT debate when it's dumb. Mm-hmm. It don't even exist, bro. Like, in what world is LeBron James better than Michael Jordan? How? You gonna tell me because he did this, he played this good for this long a time. Yeah, but this guy played this long and done twice as much as this guy who played this long.
Right. So who was more impactful?
Why do he wear a 23?
Right.
Who opened the door for him to have a signature shoe and to get paid big dollars from it? Who was getting signature shoes like that back then? Bird was with the weapon. Bird. Magic, Bernard King,
They all
Isaiah
had the
Thomas.
same
They had
shoe.
the same shoe. In the commercial, Jordan was like, they tried to get MJ. He was like, no, I'm different. I don't want to be like that. I want to be the face. And they're like, well, you're a rookie. We're not giving you anything.
Nike said, come on.
Nike said, come on. A rookie?
But anyways, to wrap that up,
It
it was whack. It was whack. It was not professional at all. And I don't care
It's
how
LeBron
you look
being
at it.
LeBron. That drama
how you
king
look at
stuff,
it.
man.
It wasn't, that's, he came to me as a dad. No.
Yeah, man.
If he should have been like, Bronny,
It's
don't worry
he
about
come
that.
to him as a
Let's go.
dad if Stephen A is literally reporting like false stories on Bronny or
trashing his character,
right, attacking his character, who he is as a person.
Right.
Then you defend your son like, hey man, hold on, because that's my name too.
Right.
But he's talking about his production on the NBA floor. So you mean to tell me nobody can't talk about him now? That's where we at, man. And y'all just comb this stuff over. Y'all just look at, oh yeah, LeBron is just, man, that John is whack, bro.
Whack.
Like he's a great player and always will be. You can't take what LeBron has done. Nobody ever tried to take any of that from him. And he's done this. He did. But he not this. That's different. Yeah. MJ is in a whole nother stratosphere, bro. And it's like, y'all gonna keep letting this argument go. That's what Barkley said. He said the only people that have this GOAT debate between Michael and LeBron are people with no talent. And you think about it.
Yeah.
He not lying. Kendrick Perkins. Yeah. You think about all these LeBron apologists. Nick Wrong. Brian Windhorst. You think about all these LeBron apologists, bro. That's on that, that's like mainstream media. Mm-hmm. Look at Draymond Green. He was the enforcer of the Warriors. Nah, he's LeBron's little butt buddy. That's his guy. That's his jock sniffer. I mean, but see, the whole thing is, bro, LeBron will always be a great player. He will always have a huge impact on this generation of basketball players. No one has played this long at this level, right? No one has played like that, and he has that. But I'm telling you, he's going to have a fall. He's going to get humbled because he's too arrogant, bro. He's too ahead of himself. He's showing y'all, I'm the best. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the great. That right there made me the greatest of all time. How tacky is that? And people just comb that over. They just look that over. Oh, well, he got 50,000 points, playoffs, and regular season. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's better than Michael Jordan. Okay, let's take his 50,000 points and divide it into 24 seasons. Or 20 seasons, 22 seasons, however long he played. And let's average it up. And let's take MJ, whatever his total points is, and his playoff points, and let's add it up, and let's divide it, and who averaged more. So total, yeah, because he played longer. You should have more points than somebody who played longer.
Right. That's
just logic,
math.
Right? But let's talk about average. So what did he do in those 48 minutes per game? It's not even close. Accolades. Let's look at all the accolades. Run down the defensive player of the year, first team all defense, first team all offense, MVPs, all-star MVPs, dunk contests. Compare it. It's not even close. Let's look at championships. No losses in the finals. So on the biggest stage, you was the team to beat. You was the cheat man. Mm-hmm. You was the guy that everybody tried to stack up and tear down.
And they couldn't.
They couldn't. Never lost. Never lost. And it wasn't like and see, I hate the fact that these young people think because they hear the 6-0 and 6 finals, they feel like, oh, the league wasn't competitive. MJ went out there and took those 6. Didn't nobody give him nothing. And then Shannon Sharp, out of his old fat mouth, like to go and say, "Oh, the Lakers when they won they first in '91, the Lakers was old and washed up." How an old and washed up team get to the finals? How old washed up team wins 60 plus games? Don't talk to me about that kind of stuff, dog. Like, it's always something to diminish MJ. Why we can't love LeBron and love MJ? It's always love one, tear the other one down. Two heroes. Two heroes. Not mine. But these young people love LeBron James. That's a hero. But the way the media do it, they want you to tear down MJ. Oh, he was overrated. Oh, his stats are embellished. Oh, they did this. Oh, he didn't really
like
do this. Yeah, they just like him because of his sneaker. Oh, he only played this long. Oh, when he played with the Wizards, he was this. They try to do everything to diminish his accolades, his career, what he's done. But I am one of the ones that will not let you. I don't care what kind of platform I got, whether it's small or I get on national TV. I will be this same. I will keep this energy, my boy. Because you would not do him like that because of what he's done for so many people. There's so many people in the league today or in the leagues before that played basketball and fell in love with the game worldwide because of number 23, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, man, I guess we're going to close it up.
Yeah, we were going to talk about football, but you know, there's a lot of things that happen in football this off season with trades and stuff. Maybe we can talk about it more.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more next episode because it's a lot of.
It's still going on. A lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff, but we'll touch on a few things. So we got what's the So we got a lot of NFL free agency, man. It's so you got DK Metcalf went to the Steelers, Geno Smith went to the Raiders. Let's see. Sam Darnold went to where did Sam Darnold go? Seattle. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold went to the Seahawks. Justin Fields went to the Jets. Daniel Jones went to the Colts. Khalil Mack and they with their teams. Chris Godwin re-signed with the Bucks. Joey Bosa went to the Bills. That's gonna be crazy. Devontae Adams went to the Rams. The Lions. We got DJ Reed. So it's still a lot. So you still gotta think about Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson, where they gonna go. So it's a lot of movement in the NFL. Mm-hmm. It's the NFL landscape gonna look really different next year. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be really, really different, and that's exciting.
Yeah,
it's really exciting because I feel like when the Eagles beat the Chiefs, that kind of took. It kind of changed. It changed the direction of the league now. Now we in a new
era.
New era. Yeah, it's a new era. So, who was that going to the Ravens? Was that
that
D Hop?
Yeah.
D Hop. He going to the Ravens, bro. Woo! Y'all giving Lamar some weapons. I'm rooting for you, Lamar. I want you to win one, dog. I do, man. I want Lamar to win one, man. So Joey Bosa, where he go? He went to the Bills. That's gonna be nasty. That's gonna be nasty. Joey Bosa. I wish we could have got. I know we got a great defense. We just had a bunch of injuries last year. Yeah. When I say we, I mean the Detroit Lions. I really wanted them to get some. Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett just signed a really ridiculous deal. Like on some
it was the
crazy
QB,
deal in history.
Agent. I forget her name, but his agent.
She was on it. She was on it, bro. But Miles Garrett is, I mean, come on, bro. He's still young too. Yeah. Man, I wish we could get him on the other side of Hutch, bro. Right. We have Miles Garrett and Hutch on both sides, bro.
No, we might be all right with who we got.
No, we really are. Yeah. We really are, and we got somebody else in our secondary. Our secondary gonna look even better with my boy Kirby, and Brian Branch, and then your boy Arnold. Mm-hmm. He'll be in his second year, so he's a little seasoned now. He got beat up a lot last year as a rookie, so. Yeah. DJ Reed gonna come in and help out. We need it. Long as we just stay healthy, bro. Yeah. If we can stay relatively healthy, I know football, you gonna have your little 1 week, 2 week, little nagging injuries take you out here and there. Just like the Eagles, man. They won the Super Bowl, which I still feel like this was our Super Bowl. The Lions would have. I feel like the Lions should have won, but I think it all started when Hutch got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it all. I mean, we still could have did things, but it's like
that's neither here nor there. This year is gonna be our year, man.
Yeah,
so
we got to because football has a small window, bro.
Yeah.
You don't have that basketball window. Basketball window, man, you can go and keep going.
Right.
Football, bro, it's
very slim.
We in a different change too. Yeah. They changed direction too in football. So
you guys comment down below. What was your biggest surprise?
Yeah, what did y'all
trade,
like?
Or what was disappointing? You guys.
And then also backtracking to basketball. Comment down below what y'all think. Y'all thoughts on the LeBron James take and the Stephen A. running down on Stephen A. like that. And did you agree? Did you feel like LeBron was just being a father, or did you feel like, hey man, you gotta let him be a man? That's a grown man making millions of dollars a year. Yep. That ain't no little boy, man.
Exactly.
You put him in that profession, you gotta let him do him. You gotta let him deal with it.
Yeah.
So that's like, hey, if I was hooping and Elijah got up to that level, at dinner, if we sitting at a table, I'll tell him like, look, like me and you had to talk today. I put the battery in your back today when you had some challenges, right? I would tell him like, look, I'll put the battery in his back. Hey, you hear him talking all that junk about you? Let's get to the gym. Let's work out. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the gym. Let's work out. Use that as fuel.
Right.
Put some headphones, put some earbuds in, and listen to him talk about you while you work out, while you getting your jumper up. Mm-hmm. But you going, I want to be saved. Well, is I should I save her? That's some old E40 for y'all don't know. Captain Saver, But anyway. Y'all don't even get it, bro. My mind. So people who in my generation, they gonna be like, dawg, you be clowning. But anyway, you want to update the people on your
to close out
activities?
So as I stated earlier in the podcast, it was a very eventful, week leading up to yesterday as well as yesterday. So a couple episodes ago, I had mentioned that I was accepted to the PLC Light program. And everybody clap. Thank you.
Congrats.
And I was accepted with the social media design track. And yesterday was the first day of class, and it was absolutely amazing. I mean, it was a bunch of meet and greets, of course, got to see some familiar faces. Mm-hmm. There was a panel there with the instructors and representatives from StockX and the Pistons. Mm-hmm. So it was very nice seeing them. And
we know a couple people on them sides, so that was cool.
It was really nice. And, I got to meet new people, new faces, and other social media design track students. And I have the privilege of having Dr. Edwards as my instructor.
So, I thought he was all y'all instructor.
So it's divided into 3 instructors. E. Scott is an instructor, Sam is an instructor, and Dr. Edwards is an instructor.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
so your team is the only team that he's...
So our team he is instructing the social media design track, the product marketing, and the graphic design. So we have 5 teams of 3 of 1 each. Mm. So each team has 1 social media, 1 product marketing, and 1 graphic designer. And it's 5 teams, and that's who he's instructing. And we all have different projects, which I'm not entirely sure if I can share what projects right now. You can't talk about the projects
yet. Wait till it's up and or you can ask him.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some more clarifications as far as what I can share about.
It's dope though, y'all. It's super dope. If it comes through, then I can quit my job.
So we have we got to find out our projects and we find out our teammates and. So it was very, very exciting. And then there was people from the radio station there and magazines there. So I got interviewed for a magazine. So that was pretty cool.
When PLC do stuff, bro, they not going to halfway do nothing. Yeah.
So and then they did a tour of the campus, and for the most part, we know what the campus looks like. But we
go there every month for our Future Forward meetings.
Right. So it was it was nice to see it in a different light, you know, because there was instructors there actually talking about it and being in a class setting. It just hit different, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So that was very exciting as well. And I mean, I'm still kind of soaking it all in.
It was a
There's
lot
a
for
lot of
one day.
information on one day.
But see, and how long is the program?
7 weeks.
7
Well,
weeks.
6 weeks and a day. That's like the running joke.
7 weeks, man. You got to think about when Dwayne went through his the shoe design program. I think it was like what 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks, or no, I think it was like
longer than that.
Yeah, I think it was like 4 weeks. But it was so much. They crammed a lot. So you got 7 weeks. I think his was probably about 7 weeks too.
Yeah.
And it's so much that's getting crammed in there, man.
Yeah.
So,
and if I do get to share what the project is with you guys, you guys are going to be excited because it's a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a really good one. And
it's a real good one.
You know, so I'm very excited. I shout out to my teammates. You know,
shout out to Dr. Edwards and
Dr.
E.
Edwards.
Scott. Man, E. Scott followed me today, dog. So shout out to E. Scott, man.
So
he a legend, bro.
It was a great and fun fact about E. Scott for you guys who don't know. Sam Wilson, is that his first name? Wilson. He was the first black footwear designer.
Oh, you talking about Wilson Smith?
Wilson Smith, that's his name. I always call him
why are you talking about Sam Wilson?
I don't know.
Yeah, Wilson Smith.
Wilson Smith was the first black footwear designer. E. Scott is the fourth. So he's big. So if you guys don't know,
E. Scott did the Mike Vicks. I forget the ones or the twos. He did one of them Mike Vicks. I forget which number it was, but he did those, and they have them in there deconstructed to show each part of the shoe. Yeah. So E. Scott is a legend, bro.
Yeah. So you guys, I mean,
and one of the most humblest, coolest,
so nice,
genuine people,
so
dog.
Nice.
Like when I first, I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to kind of, talk about E. Scott for one hot second and what it meant to me that he follows me now. And it's like, what? Okay. When I first met E. Scott was 23. BFF 23 is when I first met E. Scott. And, it was just kind of like, hey, how you doing? Just kind of just me networking because, again, I was there solo.
Yeah.
So the next time I seen E. Scott, I forget what it was. But I seen him, went back to PLC for something. And I seen him there, and he treated me like he knew me forever.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
That's definitely the personality that he has.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And he's brilliant, man. Brilliant. Got experience. He worked with multiple brands, not just Nike. But some of his more known projects are with Nike. And Jordan Brand. I think he did something with Jordan Brand too, didn't he?
I believe so, yeah. I don't know all the details of
his
work yet.
Dr. Edwards, man, that's another brilliant guy too.
Do a whole episode on that. But
Dr. Edwards, man, that's he's done Jordan Brand. He's
great.
Yeah.
So to be around a room full of creatives and to be around such great minds.
Yeah. And it's infectious, man.
Paved the way for
it's
opportunities
motivating.
Like this.
Yeah, it's motivating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it was just
That's
great.
dope.
I'm excited. It's twice a week for 6 weeks in a day, and man, I'm completely just like
that's
in
dope.
awe of
I'm
what
really,
I'm gonna be
really
able to do.
glad you got to experience that. That I'm not the only one out here getting these dope experiences. I know y'all probably be like, "Dang, he doing all this." See, she gets stuff too.
I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
She be with me now, so don't be tripping.
Yeah.
Only thing you ain't come with me on was the family night.
Yeah.
And
come to find out, I could have.
You could have came, right? But it was by the time we found out I could have had a plus one. It was too late. I was already on 94 going west.
And this just came to me. Did you know that E. Scott, his legal name is E? Like it's E. Scott. That's his legal name. E. Scott. And he was sharing the story about how his dad's name was Earl. And he had told his mom that he didn't really like the name Earl, so he went by Scott. So when his mom took him to the Social Security office at the time, you'd be able to fill out your name. She just put E. Scott, and that was his legal name ever since. So That's pretty
dope.
cool. Having like being a designer and having your name just be E. Like that's literally
Yeah,
your
you
legal
better
name.
not call him Earl.
Right. And but no, he's super awesome.
Down to earth,
down
man.
to earth, and
Got such a huge impact on the sneaker culture.
absolutely.
So
to be able to
yeah.
be around and to learn from these people, I'm just gonna try to soak it up as much as I can. So
you will.
Yeah,
You gonna do dope.
I'm gonna be busy these next couple weeks, y'all. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm excited.
So, well, congratulations on your new venture.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to hearing more about it. I know you guys are. I know everything already. So, but I know you're looking for. I know you would like to share it because that's something dope to share. Mm-hmm. So, maybe when you go to class Thursday, you can find out if you can share it. Mm-hmm. Maybe the next episode we can have a little section talking about, kind of getting our listeners to be excited and to tap in, to help out, because
it would be very
social
helpful
marketing.
If I can share, it'd be very helpful to my project. So.
All right, guys. Well, it looks like that's gonna do it, man. What an episode, man. What an episode.
Oh, that was a good one.
What an episode. So, before we go, the transformation journey is still going.
We doing it. We doing it.
You feel me? Like, I'm getting there. I'm seeing differences.
I gave him a hug earlier, and I'm like, "Dang, you strong!" Like
today was arm day. I worked on arms and chest today.
I was like,
no, but today was chest day, and I did some biceps. I always do biceps. Just something about biceps. Even if I do just one
little
set of something, I always work on my biceps. But man, so we still on that journey. We're going 5 to 6 days a week. Mm-hmm. We're really tapping in more on the diet side. Mm-hmm. Like I ate about 6:45 this evening, and I haven't eaten anything. Not one chip, a peanut, a piece of candy. I ain't ate nothing. I just been drinking water, and it's killing me. Because I want to,
maybe a day or two will be bad, and then it'll be all right. Just
I want to eat something, because my problem was always late night snacking, and when we didn't care about the body transformation. Remember them nights when the kids sleep?
You want some Taco Bell? You want some
Arby's? I'm talking about 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. We sitting in the bed watching TV on a Friday night, watching TV, eating.
Now thinking about that,
right. And I used to get the big double corned beef from with
the large fry and the large drink and the extra large and then like an extra side of like chicken nuggets and
So now, hey man, I save all my carbs for daytime hours, and then after that, I can't.
Puts a twist in my stomach when I think about how we used to be now, man.
Nah, when we used to live in Westland, Hines Park, we used to eat McDonald's like crazy. That's when Nani was a baby and Elijah was little, and man, we used to eat McDonald's so much. And I used to get 2 McDoubles, no onions, extra pickle, a large fry, and a 6-piece nugget. Fat man activity, bro. I'm talking about big back activity, dog. But this was like 8-9 years ago. So I didn't care. I was still slim at that time. Yeah. Like we both were. We were really slim at that time. We were, we were.
And I look back at those pictures now, and I'm like, dang, I really thought I was fat back then. I mean, I always had body image issues anyway, but at the time, I remember thinking like, I'm so fat. And then now that I've ever like be the biggest that I've ever been in my life, and now I look back at those pictures, I'm like, wow, I really thought I was bigger than what I was, and I'm like, dang, if I would have just stopped eating right there.
That's how I look when I look at our wedding pictures. I
should have just stopped eating there.
Like, dang, I look good, bro. What happened?
Right. So, but no, I'm glad that we're on this journey together. I feel better. I feel like I can keep up with the kids. My
thing is sleep though. I'm still not getting.
Hey, look, we're working on things one thing at a time. Look, we got the workout down.
It's about to be midnight, so
we got the workout down. We're getting the food down now. We'll work
Sleep,
on the
bro.
sleep. Yeah.
I need to get to a point where I'm in the bed, head is laying on the pillow by 10:30. And I'm sleep before 11 o'clock. I don't even see 11 o'clock. That's how I need to be, bro.
Yeah.
But
But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in with us today.
Yes.
We really appreciate your support.
Appreciate it.
And share with your friends. Share on your social medias.
And then too,
follow us on
our last
social media.
episode 12 did really well.
So thank you
So
guys
thank
for
you
that.
guys, man. We you know, it's because of you guys that our podcast is starting to get life. We know these things takes time. We never got into this thing thinking that it was going to be an overnight success. We do
But we
this
are gonna
because we
celebrate
love
the
it.
small wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna stack your dog. James tell me that all the time, man. Stack your moments. Stack your W's, man. So we gonna definitely take a step back. You know, we're gonna keep working and keep it going, stay low and keep firing. But at the same time, when it's time to come up for air, we're gonna do that. And this is one of them times where we want to thank you guys so much for the growth. This is season 2, episode 13, man. We started this
A year ago.
a year ago.
Oh my God, when was our?
Yeah. So now y'all gotta hold on.
Hold on a
Now
second.
y'all gotta
I think
hold
I
on.
gotta
Get the date.
Right. I believe it was March.
Get the date. No, I think it was February. Oh no, I think it was March. I think you're right.
Let's see. Ooh, where do I find all the episodes?
I can do it. Let's see who get it first. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Hold on, I got it. Okay. Season 1, episode 0, origin story. Oh yeah, you're right. February 26th.
Yeah. Because I remember it was right after Future Forward.
You're right.
And I had talked to James, and James was like, nigga, just do it. Bet. Let's go.
Say less.
Here we are.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, man. So it was right after that Future Forward meeting that we just jumped in head first. So, I'm just saying all that to say, y'all, just, we didn't come in this thinking it'll be this far. Keep going, man. Because I know a lot of y'all we do this because I love it. I like doing this better than shoe reviews, and I don't know. I like shoe reviews too, though. And I still get them endorphins from, I still get high off of new shoes.
That new shoe smell.
New shoe smell still gets me, intoxicated. But this is fun.
We
The
like
podcast
to yap,
is fun.
So.
Yeah, I'm long-winded, as she always says. Even when I'm scolding the kids, I'm like, nah, when I was 13, I had to go
the kids
up the
just be
street
sitting there like,
barefooted.
they be trying so hard not to be like,
No,
okay,
Elijah's at that point now. He's like, Dad.
Dad.
And I'll be ready to knock his block off, too. Like, what? You gonna look at me? What?
Like, you gonna hear the story
You gonna
again.
sit on and you gonna listen.
To this story that I've told 5,000 times again.
Facts. But anyway, man, thank y'all again for the support. Again, we just taking a step back, looking at the W's, man, and the moments. And the bad things, too, man. We had to make an adjustment tonight.
Yeah.
I.e. the microphones for y'all who are not visual.
Thank goodness for us having this in stock.
And I use these normally when I'm out and about. These are my vlogging microphones. So I'm going to start doing stuff on y'all. I'm going to let them in on the secret. I'm going to start doing stuff. I'm going to walk up to random people when I'm vlogging. And I'm going to be like, it's 7 o'clock on the dot. Where's Usher? I'm going to just ask random people, white, black, indifferent, whatever they is, indigenous, whatever. Whatever they are. I'm just going to ask them. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Where's Usher? I'm just going to start doing like out the box things. Right, he in the drop top. So I asked the kids, and me and her, we was like, he in the drop top cruising the streets. And they was like, what? What
does that mean?
What does that even mean?
So I literally had to like break down the song.
Yeah.
Like the kids are so like analytical. You can't.
They're like, why is he
right
in a
over
drop
their head.
top for?
What's a drop top?
Why is he cruising the streets? What is he doing? Where is he going? Like, that's how our kids be, bro. They crazy. But anyway, man, thank y'all again for tuning in, man. We love you guys so very much. Always make sure to keep making this noise until somebody hear you, because sooner or later, I guarantee you, somebody's going to hear you. And when they do hear you, you stay ready so you never have to get ready. Also remember, man, consistency breaks resistance, y'all. Keep going. You hit some form of resistance, man, keep going. Before you know it, just keep your head down and keep moving. Stay locked in. Before you know it, that resistance will be behind you, bro. You won't even realize you went through it. So just keep going, y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. We'll see y'all next Wednesday. Same time, same place. Love y'all, man. Peace.
Like what you heard? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share with your friends. Stay tuned for more on the UFG podcast. And remember, keep making noise until somebody hears you.